Hey, this is WhyBeAre with BeamNG.drive, and today we're going to be taking a look at the 3 new scenarios that were added in the alpha version 0.19 update. They are called Supply Delivery, Gravity Fuel, and Soccer. And we're going to do these in a little bit of a mixed order, and you'll see why in a minute. But we're going to be starting with Supply Delivery, which says your job is to deliver a crate full of supplies to the local ranger station. To get the full score, prove that you can deliver the crate using all 3 of the available paths to the station. Should I do a dumb voice? Yeah, I'm gonna do a dumb voice. Hey, good, you're here. This crate contains supplies for the ranger station down the cliffs. There are 3 different routes you can take. The asphalt road route is directly to the left when leaving the parking area. The upper and lower dirt road routes are to the right. This may go without saying, but make sure that the crate does not fall off and stays undamaged. Good luck. I had to do a weird voice because it looks like text that's being spoken to me by somebody. And a neat thing about this scenario is there's no countdown. You just start immediately, which I'm not quite used to. It's weird. Also, for attaching the trailer, you do not need to click the attach trailer button. It will do it automatically for you, which is great if you're one of those people who changes the controls on the controller and then doesn't even have a button to connect the trailer to the truck. So we're going to start off by doing the easiest route, and I think also the fastest route, which is the paved roads. And this one's really nice because you can go really fast. When you get to the off-road ones, you can't go as fast because the roads are a little bit more bumpy, which can lead to chaos. But through here, we just got to believe in the speed. Going 85 miles per hour towing a trailer, this is a bad idea. Bad idea. Calm this thing down. Woohoo! That was just way too fast. Like, I should have slowed down in the previous corner instead of just flooring it the whole way. It worked out, but I feel like I got really lucky. So let's be a little more cautious this time. Although we are still jackknifing the trailer a little bit. That's the main thing you gotta watch out for. When you're slowing down with this thing, watch what the trailer is doing. If it starts to jackknife, it's very easy for the box to fall off. Also, I must ask, why didn't we strap the box down? Is there any good reason to not put a strap on the box? I can't think of any. If you guys know any, feel free to tell me because I would love to know. Oh, a little too fast in this corner. Can we still make it? Oh, yes, we can. If we go slow enough, you can do the corners pretty tight, actually. And now we got a nice big old straightaway coming up, which means I'm going to try to hit that 85 miles per hour again. Okay, the trailer's waggling, you floor it. Flooring it works great. The trailer is not waggling as much anymore. It's still wagging a little, but we keep flooring it, and the trailer eventually straightens out. And now, we're not going to get to 85 miles per hour because before we had a downhill helping us a little bit, and this one is completely flat, so even if we're flooring it, it's going to take a lot more road to get up to that speed. And now we need to slam on these brakes. This time, I am not going to overshoot it, but we do need to go pretty slow on this one because it's a tight corner. Anything that's about 90 degrees or more, you got to take those pretty slow. And the funny thing about this next checkpoint is I was looking at the checkpoint instead of through it earlier when I was first testing this, and I shot right off the road right there. So I learned, whoa, not only do I have to watch the box and make sure it doesn't start to tip over, I gotta also watch the checkpoints and watch what's through them and not just look at the checkpoints. And we are nearly to the finish. We can't have this thing tipping over now. That would just be annoying having to do it all over again. So here is the finish. A little crash, that's fine. And can we whip the box off of the trailer? Maybe a little bit. And it says, great, thanks for the supplies. You look like a pretty good driver. Do you think you can deliver the next package using another road? And yes, I could, but instead of doing that, we're gonna go to the next scenario to mix things up a little bit. It's called Gravity Fuel, which says you're out of fuel. Roll down the hill to grab some and return to the pickup to deliver the vehicle. I'm debating, should I do a dumb tow truck driver voice? Luckily, I don't know what a tow truck driver would sound like, so instead we just have normal reading voice. Oh no! Our lousy pickup truck has just ran out of fuel. Unfortunately, the race car's fuel tank is also empty. So jump inside and coast down the hill to the service station we passed. Grab at least 3 liters of fuel and drive it back up here so we can get this thing delivered. Remember, there's a sharp turn at the bottom. Better not take it over 35 kilometers an hour. And whatever you do, don't get a scratch on the car or it will come out of your pay. Due to the delay in delivery, maybe we can even fill it up for them. Your decision. Well, obviously I'm not going to fill it up for them. They've got to pay for their own gas. Uh-oh, we ain't moving. There's a little thing you can do though. When you don't move at the start, you did a little wiggle, do a little wiggle, and there we go. I don't know if I cause it to not move at the start or if it's just bad luck or what, but it really doesn't matter if you can just wiggle out of it. So now we just gotta coast our way all the way down to the bottom of this hill. And isn't it ironic that we ran out of fuel with a race car on our trailer that says no fuel on it? Seriously, what are the odds of that? And you know at the start how they said I could give them a full tank of gas for being late? There's no way I'm gonna do that. Gas is expensive. I know this car probably doesn't have that big of a fuel tank, but that's still gonna be like 50 bucks probably coming out of my pocket for being what amounts to what? 5 minutes late? Nobody can be that accurate when predicting when something is gonna arrive, because you could have a simple car crash in front of you and boom, oh, you're delayed 20 minutes. Does that mean you're gonna give a big fat refund? Heck no! That's not something in your control. You shouldn't be responsible for that. They should just understand and be patient. And we have reached over 50 miles per hour, and I just realized this whole time I've been holding down the accelerator. Completely unnecessary. I don't need to be doing that. Can we reach 60 though? Not quite. We're hitting 59 and we need to slow down. If we want to do this corner really good, you want to try to do it nice and wide and maintain a lot of speed. I didn't really do that because I braked too late because I was trying to hit 60 miles per hour, but it really doesn't matter. You can kind of have an ugly corner like I did there and you'll still have enough speed most of the time to coast into the gas station. And even if you don't, you can kind of stop a little bit before the gas station, like right there, and it'll still work and fuel the vehicle up. And another fun thing you can do is you could turn the car on while it's fueling up. And you could rev it if you wanted to, but what I want to do is hit arcade up there. So that's a little notification that comes up saying, hey, do you want arcade or manual gearbox? And I clicked it as fast as possible because I don't want to accidentally put more fuel than necessary in this vehicle. Once I saw it hit 3 liters, I was clicking that as soon as I could. And you might have noticed on the buttons, it didn't actually have any buttons. There are question marks. Again, that comes down to me changing the controls on the controller. I'm sure if I had the default configuration, it would say press this button or that button. But for mine, it's like, I don't know what buttons you to press, man. Thankfully, though, in that situation, you can just use the mouse. And I just now noticed the little icon in the bottom left corner of the screen, it has the engine is bright red. I wonder if that's because it ran out of fuel, and when it does that, the game just makes it bright red? Because in terms of drivability, this thing feels fine. I have absolutely no complaints about the way it's driving. Whoa. In fact, it's a little too fast as we get a bit airborne. And I don't think we need to accelerate anymore. We can just coast this thing up the hill. And even then, we're going to have a little bit extra speed, so we'll have to brake just a bit before the trailer. Oh, we did $21 of damage. Oh, no. Okay, that gets me a question, though. If doing that gives me $21 of damage, what if we really wrecked it? Also, it says, you've done it. Let's get this vehicle delivered. To really wreck the vehicle, it's quite easy. Just dump it off the cliff at any point, really, and it should get wrecked. Get it to maybe 20-ish miles per hour. That way I know I can clear the rocks. And then over the rocks we go right here. That looks pretty good. A lot of distance to the trees, so we can have a nice little bounce going. $13,000, $57,000 of damage. And it is so close to 60. I wonder, can we do a little bit more damage and get it all the way up to 60,000? And we are going to use a bit of strategy here to increase the amount of damage to the car, hopefully. I noticed down at the bottom of this place, the location of the trees can vary. So if we go a little bit farther and then jump off the edge, I think we will hit trees at a farther distance, which means we're going to hit them at a bigger speed, which should give us more damage. So we don't want to jump just yet. It looks like we want to do it like right before that sign that's coming up. So like right here should be a good place. And you see how far away those trees are compared to the ones we crashed into over to the right? And this should give us some serious damage. $81,000 of damage. At that point, you're basically making a new race car from the ground up, aren't you? And we can give it one more go, but I don't think I'm going to beat that. And we're probably just going to jump it at the exact same spot, because as I was falling down there, I didn't see anywhere that looked much better than that. Maybe if we were like a little bit to the left or the right, it could have been better. But that was a pretty solid spot. So it's right between the checkpoint and the sign up there, just a little bit before it maybe, and then off the edge we go. A little bit through the bushes. You probably don't want to hit the bushes because they slow you down, but I went right through the clearing. We are going fast and hard into those trees. And unfortunately, it looked like it was only about 64,000. Yeah, 65,000. It's going up a little bit more at a time. Not close to the 80,000 we had before, though. So now we're going to go back to the scenarios and continue on supply delivery. See, wasn't it nice to have a little break before we go to part 2 of this scenario? I think it is, because it's not like there's some big storyline we have to remember. The dude just said, hey, can you do the other route too? And I said, yes, I can. So on this one, we're going to go to the right because both of the dirt paths we're going to be driving are on the right side. The left side has just the paved road. And when we get to the section where this splits into 2 separate dirt roads, I will point that out for you guys. And just for fun, how about we do something a little bit dramatic right before we enter the dirt roads? Do a little slide and then brake hard and see what happens to the trailer. Oh, the trailer's all over the place. Catch it, please. Oh, wow. I should not have done that. But at the same time, that was amazing. I thought for sure I was going to lose the box. I can't believe I managed to catch it. Also, as I mentioned, here is the split in the road, so you can go left or right. Well, actually, more of a, you can go straight or right. It's not exactly a split in the road, it's more of an off-shooting path. And I believe this is the second longest path in terms of time, right after the paved road. But whether or not this is longer or shorter than the paved road is really hard to say, because the speeds we're going at is really different. On the paved road, I was hitting like 85 miles per hour like a complete lunatic. And going through here, 55 miles per hour is lunatic speeds. Because you can hit one bump, and before you know it, the box is flying out of the trailer, and there is nothing you can do about it. Unless you get really lucky again, but I'm pretty sure I've already used up all of my luck available to me for this run. So I probably shouldn't be pushing it. And one funny quirk I noticed is on the dirt roads, it seems like the box wants to bounce forward. But on the paved road, it wants to bounce backwards. I think it just depends on when we're braking, because in the dirt road, we're braking and hitting bumps at the same time, which causes the crate to shift all over the place. On the paved roads, when we're braking, we're not hitting any big bumps, so the crate stays a little bit more intact on the trailer. And we should be nearing the end of this very, very soon. Yeah, there. If you look straight through the checkpoint, you can see the ranger station coming up. So we only have 2 checkpoints left, and we can enter it really early on the left side, or we can enter it a little bit later, since we are spinning out all over the place. Come on, don't fall off here. Yeesh. We're going to enter it later, because I don't have any other option in this scenario. And they say, I knew you could do it again, but there's still another route to take, which we will take in a moment. But for now, we're going to go to soccer, which says, play a round of soccer against a friend in this multi-seat scenario. Welcome to BeamNG Soccer. Your objective is to push the ball into your opponent's goal more often than they can push it into yours. You can reset your vehicle at any time without penalty. There is no point limit, play as long as you want, and have fun. Now originally I planned to have a friend over and he would be the other player. Unfortunately, with everything on lockdown, that's basically illegal. So instead of doing that, I am playing against WhyBeAre 2, who is a very, very bad goalie. WhyBeAre 2 says, I'm going to block this spot and this spot only. So as long as I hit the ball into any other part of the goal, it'll go in, I get a point, and then it resets. I should also mention, there are invisible walls that go up for a long way into the sky. So you cannot get the ball outside of this arena unless you like put on Pluto gravity and then just punted that thing up into the sky miles in the air. And this car is not driving good, so you know what? I'm going to score on myself because it seems convenient. Much easier than getting it all the way across the arena to the other goal. Although I will also mention, the cars are somewhat small, so the exact angle of things, as you saw right there, can be a little bit hard to predict, especially when the car is pulling to the side, but you can't really remember which side it is because you just did a 360 and the camera's still in the sky. Yeah, it can be a little hard to actually be accurate with things. With enough practice, I'm sure you could get it, but yeah, I'm not that good at it yet. Let's see, is that gonna roll enough? Yeah, I think I can get that thing in. One hit and it's in. Here we go, like a little side swipe maneuver. Oh, goodness. See, it's hard to figure out exactly where the car is gonna go. There we go, there's another one. WhyBeAre 2 with the block. Get in there. And of course, we could crash into the other car if we wanted to. Oh, I went under the ball. The other thing crashed over there. So that is soccer. And now, let's go ahead and do the final section of supply delivery. So for the first 30 seconds or so, this should look virtually identical to the last run. But then when we get to the split in the road, things will change. Oh, will they change? And since I'm promising it to look virtually identical, you know what that means? I have to make sure that I do the ridiculous sliding maneuver I did last time, where the crate looks like it's gonna fall off of the trailer, but it somehow manages to stay on. I'm gonna regret this one, aren't I? Got the trailer up to speed. I gotta do a little bit of a wobble with it, and then we slam on the brakes and see if the box will stay on. Oh, catch it. Oh my goodness. Okay, here's the big problem though. We could try to drive the rest of the way like this, but I don't think the box is gonna stay on the whole way. I think it's gonna fall off eventually, because it always goes a little bit more to the left and a little bit more to the left, and it's already halfway off the edge. So instead of trying to do this and then failing halfway through, we're just gonna reset. And at this point, I can say, yes, I have learned my lesson, and we are not gonna do anything crazy at that part. In fact, I'm just gonna have a real nice, clean run of the place. No drama at all, because the other ones had enough drama, right? Okay, I can hear you guys out there saying, no, you need more drama. So fine, I will slide the trailer all over the place again. This time, not as much as last time, or the first time. This is gonna be a minor slide. So like, we kind of get it going a little bit. Good wobble going, and then we slam on the brakes. Maybe a little bit late here, but that's okay, because you want to take this corner a little bit wide, because it's smoother the wider you take it. And that worked okay. Yes, the box is really crooked, but it's near the back of the trailer, which makes it easier to manage. The other one was right up near the front and far to the left, the exact opposite of this one. And it's the exact opposite of where you'd want it. And the back right corner is actually the ideal location in my experience. So that ridiculous sliding maneuver should actually be beneficial. Said WhyBeAre, 20 seconds before the crate falls off to the right side for the first time ever, right? Like, that's just bound to happen, isn't it? So for this route, it's definitely the longest in terms of the time it takes to complete it, and it could be the longest in terms of distance. Again, I think I mentioned it earlier, it's hard to compare the distance between this and the paved roads because we're going at such different speeds. I can say, however, with certainty, it is the most difficult of the three roads to do. Paved road is easy. You can drive reckless and make it through no problem. The other dirt road, you gotta be careful a little bit. This one, you have to be careful a decent amount. I can't just barrel through this thing like I did on the paved road and assume it's gonna work out okay. I gotta slow it down because the crate gets into some awkward positions when it bounces around. See what I mean? It always wants to go forward and to the left. So now it's hanging off of the edge just a little bit, and we can try to fix it. The problem is a lot of the time trying to fix it ends up making it worse for some reason. Like, I understand the physics behind it, I'm just terrible at executing. So like, if we churn really tight to the right and floor it hard, that should get it going back to the center. And that time it actually worked. The whole crate is now once again on the trailer. Excellent. I kind of got lucky there because the corner really lined up with what I wanted to do. If we had a left-hand corner there, there's no way that I could have done something like that. And here we go. It's going back over to the left again. I tell you, man, it just loves going to that corner. Can't get enough of it. Must be magnets. I bet that's what it is. They put magnets in this thing to mess with me. Oh, we can't go that fast. I see it bouncing all over the place. We don't want to go much faster than like 40. 40 is about as fast as I should go. Here I am going 45. Slow it down. All right, there we go. We're under 40. And we just gotta go like 2 or 3 checkpoints more. We can't fail at this point. We are so close. And again, the box is sliding off of the trailer. Why is it doing that? Ooh, that's an ugly corner. It's like halfway off the trailer now. Okay, we're gonna do a little shortcut here. There's 2 paths we can do to get to the destination. We're gonna take the one over to the left because it's a little shorter and we can go to the right sooner to make sure the box doesn't bounce off. Stay on there. Woo! Wow. That was something. This is pretty impressive. You are truly a master delivery driver. I'll be sure to call you for the next time I need something delivered in this tricky terrain. And that was a little stressful, so you know what? Let's go back to soccer and have some fun there. There we go. That's much more relaxing because now if I crash the car, I can just reset it. Anyways, that's gonna do it for this video. Until next time, this has been WhyBeAre, and remember, if you like or dislike this video, I will know. I can tell by watching how the block bounces in the trailer. So do the right thing, and I'll see you next time.